Hello, everybody, and welcome in. I am Twitch streamer and content creator Dragus13, and welcome to this YouTube video with the tour of the Skyrim city of Riften as we rebuilt it in the game of Valheim. Before we get started, I just want to say that over the past 7 months, we have spent sometimes 5 nights a week, sometimes less, in the game of Valheim as a group of 5 and sometimes more working on this build. It's been a lot of fun. It has been frustrating at times given how Skyrim's buildings are, but overall, it has been an amazing time with a bunch of great people doing something, playing a game that we all love, and turning a vision into a reality, a vision that started as a conversation between me and one of the builders, Vilkalak26, on Discord one day while we were fooling around in Skyrim, saying, hey, we could build this in Valheim. He said, hey, we could build this in Valheim, and we did. We had all built our own bases. We had all done our own things, and there will be a video actually covering all of the stuff that we did on this seed, because this seed we've had for about a year. A year of building, a year of exploring. And as a result, we said at the beginning of this year, 2022, I was like, let's do this. So I would be streaming it. We'd all be building. We'd all be gathering. Everything here is 100% survival. We did not use any kind of dev tools. We did not use any kind of creative mode. We did not use any kind of mods. This is 100% vanilla Valheim. We did end up towards the end with a Grey Dwarf farm that did provide us basically unlimited wood and stone. But aside from that, we did not use a single thing aside from gathering it ourselves. When we needed to go get tar, we went and got tar. When we needed to go get iron, we went and got iron. When we needed to farm stone, we farmed stone. Same thing with wood. VLK literally leveled an entire black forest to provide us with the wood. I'd also like to extend a special thanks to people who popped in every now and then, whether it be one night or a couple nights here and there throughout the build. Sloppy Shots, Azeroth, Ryan XJXP, Who's a Angel. All of those amazing people popped in here and there, helped us gather, or just hung out with us and kept us company while we built. And I appreciate each and every one of them coming through. We're going to get started with the tour. So let me switch over here. Oh, wrong. Whoop. Wrong thing. There we go. All right. So this building here is one we built to just sleep in. It's one we built to just sleep in. And at one point, there was actually a whole thing here, kind of like a giant bay with cart after cart of stone and wood, before we reorganized it. Originally, the 5 of us could build here. We could all work here, but now at over 42,000 instances, it became impossible for everybody to be here, and it was only me and VLK, as I'll call him, that were able to be here building while the others built other stuff or were gathering for us. Welcome to the gatehouse. This is the Riften gatehouse. Every single one of these buildings, and I'm not going to go all the way through, but this building, it goes all the way to the top. It goes out to a balcony. Every single one of these buildings is fully enterable. If we had a basement to put in, we put in a basement if we could. We have the second stories to every house. There is entrances and exits. Everything we did in the same location versus like a portal to each interior, which is probably hamstrung us a little bit because that meant we could not decorate. We were at the point where we could not decorate. But let's I digress. Let's continue the tour here. Welcome. This is Bali's house. You'll remember Bali if you played Skyrim. Maul was standing out here, and he'd, say you looked like you were up to no good. He'd tell you about the stones of Baron Zaya, or tell you needed to talk to somebody about them. This here's the sleeping lodge. Again, you know, each one of these, we have the interior, we have the stairs leading up, we have the stairs leading down into basements if they were there. Over this way, we have the player-owned housing you could buy. This is Honeyside. So you could buy this house in Riften. You can see that we did kind of sleep here when we needed to. Outside from here, you can see the Riften Meadery. You can also see the fishery over there. We will get to those places in just a minute. Out this way, and I'm gonna run a little bit. And I apologize for these frames, guys. We are at 42,000 instances. Even on my PC, it lags a lot. This is the pond prawn. We have that put in. We did not do the basement for the pond prawn because we couldn't with having the alchemy shop right underneath it. This here is the bee and barb. This is the full bee and barb. You come in here, you'll see that we would have had everything set up. The bar would have been here. The stairs going up to the second floor. Out here, we have the square, the town square. This is where you'd meet Brynjolf. This is where we'd frame the lizard man, because, you know, or frame Branche, that was his name. And if we succeeded, the Thieves Guild luck was changing. If we failed, then it just showed that, you know, we were going through bad luck. This is the Riften Meadery, and I'm gonna go through here so I can show some of the outside, but I wanted to show the interior of this because we did get a lot done on the interior here. Out here, these are the last two buildings that we finished for the build. We have the Riften Fishery, and we have the Abandoned Warehouse. These are the two buildings that we finished last night, the 28th of July. And you can see down through we have the canal over there. We'll go back up through this way. I'm going to run as fast as I can. I know that the frames are not that great. To our right, we have the Scorched Anvil, where you could go and buy weapons, armor. There's usually a guy out here selling stuff. Over across the way, we have... Well, I'll keep going in this direction. Over here, this is Welcome to the Orphanage. Welcome to Grellids, where if you played as part of the Dark Brotherhood, you came in here and you killed Grellid. Freeing the children from her tyranny. I know I snuck in here many a time and took her out in her bed after hours. It's also where you could eventually adopt children once Grellid's apprentice took over, because she was much nicer. Out this way, we have the palace. This was the hardest. This was the most intricate building we had to build. It's not that it was... There were other buildings that were harder due to just the weird geometry of them. This one was harder because of the sheer intricacy. And you'll see why, and why we have a wood floor out here. Over here we have the barracks, and the barracks does go up to a second story, so there is multiple stories to the barracks. We have the second story up here. We also have the hallway here that leads out and onto the wall that runs over and along the courtyard. And I'm just going to dip down here because I want to go into the palace. The palace, we have not only like the side rooms here, we have the main hall itself. We have the other entrance into the barracks from the palace. Then we have the staircase leading up and up and up and up and up to the second floor of the palace and out onto the balcony, which gives us a great view of the rest of the city. This really gives us an amazing view of the rest of the city. And if you come over here, you can see that we did like some of the walls and railings here, the extra wall. and gatehouse and everything here that actually is supposed to exit the city. We have an earthen wall up just to defend against raids because this was in 100% survival. And we had killed up to... we did not kill Yag in this run, in this seed. We had only killed up to Motor, but we did get fueling raids on occasion over here. And they were not fun. Especially as the instances climbed, because the game would have a hard time keeping up, and only a few of us would actually see the monsters in the raid, while others of us did not see anything because of rendering and lag and calculations taking place. This here is the way down into the basement, the sub-basements under the Jarl's Palace, including the sub-basements over here we put in. Then over this way, let me jump up for that real quick. You come over here. This is the prison. This is the prison area. We have the full prison, and this is why we put in the wood flooring, because stone was getting a little bit dodgy as far as support. And down here, you can come all the way down into the prison cells down below. We even slept here a few nights while we were working on this, because it was really hard to build in the dark. Now, if we come back out, we're gonna go back out of the jail, out of the prison and sub basements now, and we'll get to the rest of the upper buildings real quick. This over here, this is Maven Blackbriar's house. Again, this one went in a little bit funky just because of room that we had, and kind of, it's an odd-shaped building anyways. It was an odd-shaped house. Over there is Mercer Phrase. Over there is Snowshod Manor. Mercer Phrase, just to show real quick. Now, this is the Temple of Mara. This is the Temple of Mara. But Mercer Phrase, we did have that kind of trap where you shoot it and it knocked down the ladder. We did put in the backyards. So those are all in. The Temple of Mara, just to show the inside and a little bit of what we did here to make this work. Honestly, this is one of the coolest buildings I think we built, just because of how it ended up framed up with support and everything to put it as big as we made it. And do it all out of wood with very little iron bracing except for at the top. I think that this came out really nice, and we're about out of food here. I'll make sure I eat. Where this really shines, though, and this is why we say we built up. You know, Riften had a lot of underside stuff to it. It had a lot of stuff that was down along the canal. And, you know, there was all the stairways leading down to go to the canal. Well, by building up and raising ground rather than lowering it and doing things the way we did, we were able to put in a lot of these underbuildings. We have the undersewers here. This is all underground. This is all under Honeyside. This is all under the sleeping lodge. Over this way, we have the alchemy shop. Now, this is the reason why we couldn't put in the basement from the Pawn Prawn, because it would have dug into the alchemy shop, which was pretty big. Over this way, around the corner and through the rest of the horseshoe, we have a bunch of the other underbuildings. We did each one. I cannot remember the name of whose. However, we did put in each one, complete with fireplaces, etc. So we've got that one. We got that one there. We had this stone that we could not move, so that's just decorative at this point. We have another one of the underbuildings over here, and probably the next biggest iconic thing for Riften is the Ratway. Now, with Valheim, we know we can't dig. We can't really dig anything. So again, another reason why we built up. We couldn't really put in any quote-unquote tunnels. So what we did instead was we took the center area, which we had already built up anyways, and in here, we built the Ragged Flagon. This is the Ragged Flagon, and you can see that we used a lot of iron support to support this, so that way we could build all of the buildings on top of this area. And after the Ragged Flagon, the next most iconic place in the Ratway, honestly, the Thieves Guild Cistern. Again, supported by a lot of iron. Some would say we use too much, but I would rather use too much than too little. You know, over here is where you could put all the special Thieves Guild trophies that you'd find, the Baron Zaya, the Crown of Baron Zaya. Over here was the treasury. We put in a room where you could go in and practice your lock picking on all the various chests. I probably should have put in different chests in there, but at the time, like, we weren't even sure we were going to do much decorating. There's sleeping spots, there's practice dummies, and then, of course, the number one thing, well, not number one thing, but it couldn't be the Thieves Guild Cistern without a secret exit that led you out to the Temple of Mara. So that is pretty much it, folks. Oh, we did put in the, there is the Halls of the Dead. I did forget about that. When the temple, underneath the Temple of Mara, we've got the Halls of the Dead here. Like I said, if it had a basement and we could fit it in, we fit in the basement. Second stories, we fit in the second stories. Everything here was recreated as faithfully as we could to the city as it existed in Skyrim, with all of the rooms, with all of the different stuff inside of it and out. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Again, it's 7 months spent, 42,000 instances. God knows how much materials harvested. Tons of wood, stone, iron, tar, copper, bronze, you name it, went into building this. It was not just a solo effort. It was a team effort. Please do check the description below for links to everybody who participated's Twitch. Drop them a follow if you want to. Check them out. Each and every one of them contributed to this in one way or the other, and it's all been much appreciated. We are taking a break from Valheim for a while, probably until the Mistlands drops, simply because we do want to play something else for a bit. You know, we're going to be playing some Conan Exiles, getting kind of excited about stuff coming out for that, and it gives us a chance to be creative elsewhere and kind of recharge for another run at Valheim once the Mistlands comes out. Because we will be back in Valheim. We probably will be playing at least once a week going forward, but most of the time is going to be playing some Conan Exiles. If you enjoyed this, please do hit the like and subscribe. I also do some Let's Plays on here on YouTube. I've been doing a Let's Play of Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. Also, please do check us out, on all of us out on Twitch. We'd love to see you. We'd love to have you come by, hang out for a while. We do all play a lot of survival crafting, and appreciate your time. Again, have a great day. Have a great weekend. Hope you all enjoy yourselves, and we will see you soon.